All right, guys, welcome back. It's retouching tutorial, and we're going to be retouching this image. You've seen a lot of images that are more complicated than this and more simpler than this. And this one, I just actually chose this image because a lot of people have edited it, and some are getting it all wrong. But I'm going to show you one way to use the RA Academy to retouch it, and I'm going to also retouch it manually so you get the idea. For you to use the RA Academy, you also need to understand how dodging and burning, frequency separation, and how those things work. Like I said, I've talked about it before, and I'm also going to be using all these tools of which I've talked about before in the group. So let's get started. The first thing we need to fix, I would like to fix the colors in the image. And you can see the teeth looking yellow, the eyes all just looking bad. And apart from RA, you have another retouching tool, Ultimate Retouch, which is very good, perfect for this job. But I've talked about Ultimate Retouch before, so let's get started with this one. First of all, I'm going to grab this selective color and go to the yellow. I'm going to add some red like that, cyan, sorry. So if I take it to the forward, I'm adding red. If I take it backward, I'm adding cyan. Also, you can brighten up this like this if you want. So I like the yellow feel of the skin, so I'm just going to leave it like this. And I can go into the red as well and bring this backwards a bit. If you take it forward, you're adding red, so bring it backward a bit. And on the yellow as well, just give it some yellow brownish skin, which I would like her to have. So we have this before and now we have this after, more like a color correction thing. I would also like to use the solid color to make the teeth whiter. So grab the solid color, double click to open it off. After turning it off, I turned it off, double click to open it up, select the teeth, which is supposed to be white. It's going to give you this color. It's okay, turn it back on, change the blend mode to divide, and it's going to give you a very bright image. Don't worry about that, it's too bright, so take it all the way up, and all we need is just the brightness and not lose the color that we have there. So for us to bring the color back, I'm going to grab the hue and saturation and clip it to it, and now I'm going to return this backwards, so to give us the color that we need before. So we have the color back. You can see just the brightness that is affected now. So if some places it's just too bright, you can go ahead and take it up till we have something okay for us to work with. And now that we have a little bit brightness and good where to start, I'm going to start with creating a stem visible layer. Ctrl Shift Alternate E to create a stem visible layer, and now we're going to do a little bit of color correction. So grab the hue and saturation adjustment and grab this one. I'm going to select this top part of our nose, and let's increase the hue forward so we can see some yellows and some red. So the blue represents red, the green represents yellows. I'm going to shift it up till I get just the red part alone, so something like this. And I'm going to go back and make this one 0, and I'll start increasing it till I find everything looking the same. So something like this, it looks the same. Let's turn it off and on, so those yellows and the rest part is gone, but introduce this red. Now once you do that, you can now grab the selective color again and increase the cyan to give us back our original feel. I'll go back to the yellows, and I'm going to add some yellows to bring back that feeling of color, brownish color. Okay, so let's group these two together, and before and after. So we have this one, and now we can work on the let's create a stem visible layer again. Ctrl Shift Alternate E. I like creating a stem visible layer so I monitor what I'm editing. Now let's do some frequency separation. So Ctrl J. I'm going to name this one tune. All this can be done with the Retouching Academy. I'm going to name this one texture. So we're separating the texture and the color so we can work on them independently. So I'm going to turn off the texture, select the tone, go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Now this is where most people have problem. What blur value will you use? You can see how the skin is very rough. So if you use a very high blur value, you are actually going to stress yourself using correcting the texture. So for this one, I'm going to use a blur value that is very less and make the skin smooth. Sometimes 2 works fine, sometimes 3 just work fine. So I'll leave it at 2.5 and work with 2.5. So 2, 3, sometimes when you have the raw file, you can use 3 to 4. So it's okay. Turn on the texture layer, select it, turn it on, and go to image, apply image, and make sure you select the tone under the layer, select tone, multiply blending mode. We are subtracting, so we go to subtract, and it's okay. So once you have this type of texture, know that you are on the right track. I'll put it that way. All right, so now we're going to change the blending mode to linear light, and we're back with our image. Group the two together, name it frequency separation, enter. Okay, so now that you name it, let's open it up. For the tone layer, we're going to use the mixer tool brush. I've talked about the mixer tool brush, and I've also talked about the settings you need to have. So just copy the settings and all of that. I'm not going to talk about it. You can go ahead and watch the video and come back to this one. All right, so where did I stop? Okay, so after selecting that, you are going to start blending. Now notice how I'm going to easily blend this because I chose a very low blur value. So once you start blending the image, the spot keeps going easily even before you apply the blur. You can see how smooth it just removes that on time. You can see instead of you stressing yourself when you increase the blur, you can see how that just disappeared, and this one as well can even disappear like that, and it's making it very plain. So I'm going to increase the brush size and paint according to our face, and this is why I need to speed up the work process. So but I'm just showing you how it is when working. All right, so let me quickly just finish all this. I'm gonna take it up and blend this together. So I'm just quickly doing a rough job because I don't want the video to be longer, so you won't get tired. Also notice it is very easy for you to do this in Capture One. I hope you know that. So Capture One is just going to give you the quick color skin tones. Make this smaller and you blend. I'm going to blend this. All right, so blend this together. My primary concern is the skin tones, so I don't care about the background except you want to do something different on the background. So I guess I'm done with that. So let's just try and do a very rough work for it. I'm gonna blend this one. Of course, you need to work on the hair that's on our body. So I'm just showing you how to smoothen skin tones and work on that. And now, okay, so since we have this one, we can quickly turn it off and you can see the big difference we just made. Now select the texture, go to the clone stamp tool. This is how you work on texture. Select a place that is actually closer to a very smooth texture and then you copy. I usually turn off the align, but if you turn it on, as you move your brush, it also moves with you. So but I don't want that, so I'm just quickly going to fix all this. Sometimes you can even just select a place and you can just draw, select and draw like that to make it faster. And then you can use the plugin to create artificial skin texture. depend on what you want, but I don't like using all those things. I just like editing natural images, but no one will know you used plugin anyway, so do what you feel is right. I'm just gonna quickly do all this. Okay, so this one you can remove. You can see I'm removing the hair from our body, and you can go back to the tune, select the mixer tool brush, and you just quickly blend this one. So instead of, it's still the same thing on the Retouching Academy. This removal of hair is the same thing as this frequency separation. This is what I just did. What I'm doing right now is this via blur, Gaussian blur, so it's just frequency separation. For the smiling, I'm going to select the texture, go back to this one, select somewhere here, and just remove the smile a little bit. Yep, so it won't be very pronounced. So you have it like that, and go ahead. I believe there are no more. Okay, so this one just a little bit like that, and remove this one, and remove this one. So something like this is fine. You need to know what to remove. Don't just start removing things. Okay, so let's say we are good with this one. You can take your time. If I'm to do any, oh sorry, Ctrl Z, if I'm to do any of this job, I'm going to take my time and blend and blend and keep blending. You know, the more you fix the texture, the more you blend. If not, it's going to look fake. So let's just say we're through with our blending, and we're through with that. I'm going to create a stem visible layer again, and now we need to work on the eyes. So for us to work on the eyes, first of all, we need to make sure the eyes is white and the lips, and the, let's Ctrl Z, open up the frequency separation. I didn't work on the lips, so go ahead, let's open up the lips and make it smooth. Select the tone, small, and make it smooth like that. So you need to work, even the eyes, just paint on it to remove that brownish color, and this one as well. So to make it very easy, I'm going to blend this together. Okay, so we have, and select the texture, clone stamp tool, and make it smaller. Let's grab and remove some of the things that that is going to give us some problems later on. So I'm just trying to remove it. Even this one, we can remove that and come back here and remove. All right, so let's say we have this now, and we can create a stem visible layer, Ctrl Shift and E. Now let's grab the solid color adjustment. It's okay. Turn it off, double click and select the teeth, and it's okay. So I'm gonna grab, turn it on, and Ctrl I to invert the mask. Grab your normal brush tool, make it bigger, and paint. Make sure the foreground color is white, and paint like this. Make sure as you're painting, it's smaller, so you don't have to worry about perfection. I'm just gonna do it somewhere here as well, and here as well. So this will correct, is acting like a white balance. So change the blend mode to divide. You don't need to worry yourself. So we have before and after, so it's whitening the teeth. And now we can go ahead with hue and saturation. Click on this marks below that we use for the color layer, hold down Alt and drag it over. It's okay. Now double click to open that up, desaturate. Don't over desaturate, just that, and you can not twerk on this one. So let's take it towards the green, and I'm going to grab the photo filter as well. You can also use the black and white, so we are going to use the cool warming filter 82. Take this, grab it, drag it on top. It's okay. And we have this white one, but it's too much, so select this one, decrease the opacity to somewhere like 45. So if that is not enough for you, you can go ahead and grab your black and white adjustment layer, same thing, drag, holding a hot, and hit replace, and it's going to show black and white. And we can decrease the opacity as well of that, like 50 something. And let's see, you can now start turning it off and on, whichever one that's actually affecting. So I believe this is okay for me. So I'm going to grab everything and group it together, name it eyes, teeth, hit enter. So what else do we need to do? We just need to add some dodging and burning. So go ahead, grab some curve. This is going to be for dodge, so increase it up and turn it off. Grab some curve again, bring it down, and Control I to invert the mask. The first one, turn this one on, Control I to invert the mask. Grab your brush tool, and we're going to paint over the highlights like this. So whereas highlights, I'm going to paint over like this. Control Z, Z. Okay, so let's paint on it. I'm going to paint over like this. So mostly where we have highlights, you're just going to paint over those places, and you know, like this. Okay, so 1 2. All right, so for the dark side, I'm going to use this place, use this place, use this place, and this place, and this place. All right, so now what you need to do is to just go ahead, go to filter and blur it out, but I'm going to use the feather. So double click to open up the curve, click on this icon, which is the mask, select the mask now and feather it out. You're going to see it out. Just leave it like this. Click on the second one, feather it out till you have dodge and burn like that. So click on this one, let's see. Yep, so these two, I'm going to group it together. So these are dodging and burning, DODGING and BURNING, dodging and burning. All right, so he's there. You can see it, the image is normal flat, so before and after. Now one thing you also need to do is to color grade the image or sharpen it. So I'm just going to grab the color lookup, and after that load, and you're good to go to the mid retouch, and you're going to see all this. So I'm going to use the melanin lot, and quickly it's going to give me this one. Okay, so you can actually reduce the eyes and teeth so it won't be too bright, or you can just even invert the mask, Control I, and grab the brush tool. Let's paint on the skin alone. So I only want to see it on the skin, so you can just paint on the skin like that. You can see how beautiful it is, just because I want it just on the skin alone. All right, so that's that. And you can now create a stem visible layer, Control Shift Alternate E. Go ahead, go to Windows, go to filter, camera raw filter, and it's going to go to camera raw filter. So under camera raw filter, we can go to the basic tab and bring down the black, bring down the shadows, bring up the highlight. Let's add some contrast a little bit, and add some texture, add some vibrance, and let's close. Go to the color mixer, which is where I'm going to, and we can add some red just because of the leaves. Sorry, this is luminance. Go to the U, make it look more reddish, and this one, take it forward. It's gonna give you that kind of yellow feel. Okay, I don't want to remove this black melanin skin, so go to the saturation and increase it, something like this, and increase this one as well. Okay, so for the blues, I'm going to go to the blues and increase the purple, increase. There are no grains, so just increase all of this. Your U, I'm going to take this one backward, take this one forward, and I guess we're done. So let's look at before and then our after. Okay, so it's okay, and we're done. So now I'm going to group from here to here and group it together. and we have before. Let's zoom in and after, before and after, so you can see how easy it is to retouch something like this. Of course, we can use this one, what all the thing we just did are all here. So I'm going to show you how to use this one.